Have you ever felt a deep pull towards something greater, as if you're tapping into a force beyond yourself? Those moments when everything just flows. Your intuition is sharp, life feels effortless, and you're completely in sync with something bigger than this world. But then, just as quickly as it comes, it fades. And you're left wondering, why can't I hold on to this feeling? Why does it feel so hard to stay in that higher state? If you've ever felt this, you're not alone. And the fact that you're even asking these questions, that you're seeking something more, says something powerful about you. You're awakening. But what does that really mean? Being chosen doesn't make you better than anyone else. It doesn't mean you're superior. It simply means you've been called to see beyond the illusions of this world, to rise above the distractions, the noise, the fear, and reconnect with the higher frequencies of love, peace, and purpose. Because deep down, you already know there's more. And now you're being called to step into it. But let's be real, this path isn't easy. In fact, it's one of the hardest things you'll ever experience. Because the higher you rise, the more resistance you'll face. The brighter your light shines, the more shadows it will reveal. So why is it so hard to maintain a high vibration? Why does it feel like every time you get close, something pulls you back down? The answer lies in the very nature of being human. We live in a dense, physical world. A world filled with fear, doubt, negativity, and distractions. Your soul is infinite, but your earthly experience is shaped by your mind, emotions, and environment. These are the things you have to navigate and release if you want to stay in that higher state. But here's the good news. The struggle is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of growth. If you understand why this happens, you can learn how to rise above it. The first challenge: energetic interference. Imagine your vibration like a radio frequency. The higher you tune in, the clearer and more harmonious everything feels. But the world around you is filled with lower frequencies: fear, anger, judgment, doubt. These energies can interfere, like static disrupting your signal. And it's not just external energy. We all carry unresolved emotions, limiting beliefs, and old patterns that act like weights, pulling us down every time we try to rise. So ask yourself, what's your anchor? What belief, habit, or fear keeps you stuck in a lower vibration? Because once you identify it, you can start to break free. The second challenge: attachment to the material world. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the physical world. We're here to experience life, to create, to connect, to thrive. But problems arise when we attach our self-worth to material things: money, success, approval from others. When your sense of value is tied to things that are temporary and unstable, your vibration will always fluctuate. True high vibration doesn't come from external validation. It comes from within. It's rooted in your connection to something eternal. So ask yourself, what are you holding on to that's keeping you from rising? The third challenge: emotional overwhelm. If you're on this path, chances are you feel things more deeply than most people. You're sensitive to the energy around you. You absorb emotions. You pick up on things others don't. This sensitivity is a gift. It allows you to connect, to empathize, to heal. But if you don't learn how to manage it, it can also drain you. It's not about suppressing your emotions or pretending to be positive all the time. It's about learning how to process and release what doesn't serve you. Holding on to negative energy, whether it's your own or someone else's, will only weigh you down. The fourth challenge: fear of your own power. This one might surprise you. Many people struggle to maintain a high vibration not because they can't, but because they're afraid of what it means to fully step into their power. High vibration comes with responsibility. It means living authentically, speaking your truth, letting go of everything that's out of alignment with your highest self. And that can be terrifying. It means facing your fears, your doubts, and even the parts of yourself you've tried to avoid. But here's the thing. You wouldn't be feeling this pull if you weren't ready for it. So how do you stay in that high vibration, even when the world tries to pull you down? The first step: awareness. You can't change what you're not aware of. The more you understand what's lowering your vibration, whether it's external energy, attachments, emotional overwhelm, or fear, the easier it becomes to rise above it. Start paying close attention to the things that lower your vibration. Is it certain people, situations, or habits? Or is it the way you think, the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world? Once you recognize these patterns, you can begin to shift them. You can stop allowing them to control your energy. You can't change what you're not aware of. Take an honest look at your life. What drains your energy? What lifts you up? The moment you start noticing these things, you gain the power to make different choices. Choices that support your growth rather than hold you back. Step 2. Grounding. Raising your vibration doesn't mean escaping reality or floating above life's challenges. It means being deeply rooted in who you are while staying connected to something greater. Meditation, breathwork, time in nature. These are all ways to ground yourself. When you're centered, external negativity has less power over you. You become less reactive, more present, and more in tune with your higher self. Step 3. Clearing. Just like you clean your home, you need to clear your energy. This can mean letting go of toxic relationships, decluttering your physical space, or using tools like sage, crystals, or sound healing to clear stagnant energy. But it also means clearing your inner world, releasing old emotions, forgiving yourself and others, and letting go of the past. Holding on to past pain, resentment, or limiting beliefs only keeps you stuck in a lower vibration. The more you release, the lighter you feel. Step 4. Self-care. You can't pour from an empty cup. Maintaining a high vibration requires energy, and that means taking care of yourself, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Your body. Fuel yourself with nourishing food, movement, and rest. Your mind. Feed it positive thoughts, inspiring content, and moments of stillness. Your soul. Do things that bring you joy, whether it's creating, connecting, or simply being present in the moment. When you take care of yourself, you naturally operate at a higher frequency. Step 5. Alignment. Raising your vibration isn't about forcing anything. It's about aligning with who you truly are. It means making choices that reflect your highest self, even when it's uncomfortable. It means speaking your truth, even when it's difficult. And most importantly, it's about trusting yourself. Trusting that everything you need is already within you, waiting to be unlocked. So let me ask you, what would your life look like if you fully committed to maintaining a high vibration? How would it feel to wake up every day aligned with your highest self? Sit with that vision. Feel it, because the truth is, it's not as far away as you think. You already have everything you need to rise. You always have. The hidden challenge of growth. Let's go even deeper. Why does maintaining a high vibration feel so difficult, even for those who are aware and awakened? The struggle isn't just about external distractions or unresolved emotions. It's about the nature of growth itself. Think about climbing a mountain. The higher you go, the thinner the air gets. The climb becomes more intense, not easier. It's the same with your vibration. The more light you embody, the more shadows you illuminate, not just in yourself, but in the world around you. And that's where the paradox comes in. As you rise, it doesn't necessarily get easier. In many ways, it gets more intense. But that intensity is a sign you're on the right path. Why growth feels uncomfortable. When you raise your vibration, you step into a higher frequency of existence. You start operating closer to love, joy, peace, and truth. But this higher frequency is incompatible with anything that doesn't match it. Think of it like trying to mix oil and water. It just doesn't work. So as you rise, anything in your life that's not in alignment with your higher vibration will surface. Old wounds, buried fears, and limiting beliefs will come up, not to punish you, but to be seen, healed, and released. This is why, when you're feeling your best, confident, joyful, completely in flow, something always seems to happen that pulls you back down. Maybe it's an argument with someone close to you. Maybe it's a sudden wave of self-doubt. These moments can feel like setbacks, but they're actually opportunities. They're showing you the lower energies still lingering in your field, waiting to be cleared. The resistance to healing. The problem is, most people resist this process. They see discomfort as a sign they're failing instead of recognizing it as part of the journey. This is one of the biggest challenges for awakened individuals. The constant balancing act between the high vibration they're striving for and the lower energies still present within and around them. And this balancing act gets even harder because of something I call energetic mirrors. The mirror effect. The more you raise your vibration, the more you become a mirror for others. Your light reflects their shadows. Your growth triggers their insecurities. And sometimes their reactions feel like attacks, judgment, criticism, rejection. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because your presence makes them face parts of themselves they aren't ready to confront. This is why chosen ones often feel isolated or misunderstood. But here's what you need to remember. This isn't about them, it's about you. Every challenge, every moment of doubt, every trigger is an invitation to rise even higher, to release what no longer serves you, to step fully into your power. So the real question is, are you ready? Because everything you need is already inside you. The only thing left to do is trust the process and keep going. The truth about stepping into your light. Here's the hard truth. The more you embrace your light, the more you'll attract both admiration and resistance. This is one of the biggest reasons chosen ones struggle to maintain high vibrations. It's not just about their own growth. It's also about how others react to it. Let me ask you, how often do you dim your light to make others comfortable? How often do you shrink yourself to avoid standing out, to avoid judgment? But the answer to this challenge isn't to hide. It's not to isolate yourself or stop shining. The answer is to strengthen your boundaries, protecting your energy. Being in a high vibration doesn't mean you have to absorb everyone else's energy. It doesn't mean you should carry the weight of other people's emotions or problems. Instead, think of yourself as a beacon, radiating your light while staying grounded and protected. A simple but powerful practice is visualization. Imagine yourself surrounded by a field of light. This light can be golden, white, or any color that resonates with you. See it acting as a filter, allowing love, positivity, and truth to flow in, while blocking anything that doesn't serve you. This practice isn't just about shielding yourself. It's about standing firm in your energy, rather than being pushed and pulled by the chaos around you. The danger of energetic depletion. Another reason chosen ones struggle to maintain high vibrations is energetic depletion. You're here to do important work, to heal, to create, to inspire. But this work takes energy. And if you don't replenish yourself, you'll feel drained, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Think a candle. It can light up the darkness, but if it keeps burning without being tended to, it will eventually burn out. So, how do you refuel? Reconnecting with your source. Replenishing your energy is about reconnecting with your source. For some, this means spending time in nature, feeling the earth beneath your feet, the warmth of the sun, the vastness of the sky above. For others, it's meditation, prayer, or simply sitting in stillness. The key is to find what nourishes your soul and make it a non-negotiable part of your life. Here's a simple but powerful exercise. Place your hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. As you breathe, imagine a golden light filling your body, flowing into every cell, every corner of your being. This is the light of your soul. This is the energy that strengthens, grounds, and renews you. This is your truth. The power of trust and surrender. There's something else to consider. The higher your vibration, the more you become a channel for divine energy. But being a channel means you have to stay open. And staying open requires trust. You have to trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that even the challenges are part of your growth. Let me ask you, how much of your energy is spent trying to control things that are out of your hands? What if, instead of holding on so tightly, you let go? What if you surrender to the flow of life, trusting that you are exactly where you're meant to be? Now, trust doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean being passive. It means aligning your actions with your intuition, rather than with fear or doubt. When you trust, you allow life to move through you instead of trying to force it. And this flow is the essence of high vibration. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being positive all the time. It's about being in harmony with yourself and with the universe. The importance of community. Another challenge chosen ones face is loneliness. You may feel like no one else understands your journey, like you're walking this path alone. But the truth is, there are others like you. People who are awakening, who are also striving to maintain high vibrations in a chaotic world. Finding these people, whether in person or online, can make all the difference. When you surround yourself with high vibration individuals, their energy lifts you, supports you, reminds you that you're not alone. And when you share your own light with them, something even more powerful happens, a ripple effect. You don't just maintain your high vibration, you amplify it. For yourself, for others, for the world. The deeper truth, the spiritual physics of resistance. Now that we've explored the emotional and energetic challenges of maintaining a high vibration, let's go even deeper. To truly understand why it's so difficult, we have to look at the spiritual physics behind it. The universe operates in harmony, and energy follows universal laws. One of these laws is the law of polarity, which states that everything has its opposite. Light and dark, high and low, expansion and contraction. So when you raise your vibration, you're not just stepping into light. You're also stirring up the darkness, both within yourself and in the collective energy of the world. This isn't a punishment. It's not failure. It's simply the way the universe works. The process of healing. Think of it like planting a garden. Before flowers can bloom, the weeds have to be pulled up. And sometimes those weeds have deep roots. When you elevate your energy, you naturally bring up everything that's not yet healed, not just in yourself, but in those around you. And this is where many people get stuck. Let me ask you this. When you feel resistance, do you see it as a wall or a doorway? Most people see it as a wall, something blocking them from where they want to be. But in reality, resistance is the doorway to the next level of your growth. It's an invitation to let go of what's holding you back, to step into your highest self, to trust that the challenges are part of the transformation. So I'll leave you with this question. What would your life look like if you fully stepped into your light? If you stopped dimming yourself? If you trusted the process? If you connected with others who are walking the same path? How would it feel to know that you're not just maintaining a high vibration, you're amplifying it? For yourself, for others, and for the world. The truth about resistance and growth. What if resistance isn't something to fight against, but an invitation? What if every challenge, setback, and moment of doubt isn't proof that you're failing, but a signal that you're on the verge of something greater? This is one of the most misunderstood truths of spiritual growth. The struggle isn't a sign that you're falling behind. It's proof that you're leveling up. But here's the key. How you respond to resistance determines whether you move forward or stay stuck. The silent trap of self-sabotage. One of the biggest forms of resistance is self-sabotage. As a chosen one, you carry a powerful light. But the human mind, especially the ego, often resists that light. Why? Because the ego thrives on familiarity. It finds comfort in what is known, even if what is known no longer serves you. Stepping into a higher vibration requires stepping out of your comfort zone. It asks you to release old patterns, outdated beliefs, and past versions of yourself. And the ego, it doesn't like to let go. So it clings. It resists. And this resistance can show up as fear, procrastination, self-doubt, overthinking, even physical exhaustion. Let me ask you, what part of you is afraid to rise? What story are you still holding on to because it feels safer than stepping into your full power? Here's the truth. You can't fight the ego into submission. Fighting it only creates more resistance. Instead, you have to work with it. When your ego whispers, "This is too hard, don't argue," listen. Tell yourself, "I hear you. I know you're afraid, but we are safe now. We are ready." This small shift, meeting your resistance with compassion instead of conflict, changes everything. The impact of external resistance. Resistance doesn't just come from within. It also comes from the world around you. When you raise your vibration, you begin to stand out. Your presence disrupts the status quo, not just in your own life, but in the lives of those around you. And not everyone will celebrate that. Some people will feel threatened by your growth, not because they're bad people, but because your light highlights their shadows. Your growth forces them to confront their own stagnation, and not everyone is ready for that. This is why boundaries are essential. Maintaining a high vibration doesn't mean you allow everyone into your space. It means you become intentional about who and what you give your energy to. So let me ask you, are there people or situations in your life that consistently drain your energy? And if so, why are you still giving them access to you? Boundaries aren't walls. They aren't about shutting people out of fear. They are filters. They don't block others because of fear. They protect your energy because of love. Love for yourself, love for your purpose. Because here's the thing, your light is a gift, but it's also a responsibility. If you allow it to be dimmed by those who don't honor it, you're not just doing yourself a disservice, you're doing a disservice to the world. The power of alignment. A high vibration isn't something you force, it's something you align with. Alignment means living in harmony with your truth, your values, and your soul's purpose. But here's the challenge. Alignment requires change. It requires you to let go of what no longer fits, even when it's familiar. It might mean leaving a job, ending a relationship, walking away from a version of yourself you've outgrown. So ask yourself, what are you still holding on to that no longer aligns with your highest self? And what would your life look like if you have the courage to let it go? Yes, change is uncomfortable, but it's also necessary. You can't rise while clinging to what weighs you down. And here's the beautiful part. Every time you let go of something that's not aligned, you create space for something that is. You make room for higher vibrations. You open yourself to deeper connections. You allow greater opportunities to flow into your life. But alignment isn't just about letting go. It's also about calling in. How to align with your highest self. You have to actively choose the thoughts, habits, and environments that support your vibration. This might mean starting your day with gratitude, surrounding yourself with inspiring people, creating a daily ritual that keeps you connected to your source. Here's a simple yet powerful practice. Every morning, before you start your day, ask yourself, what would the highest version of me do today? Then listen to the answer and let it guide your actions. The role of faith in high vibration. Maintaining a high vibration requires faith, not just in the universe, but in yourself. Faith that you are capable of rising. Faith that your challenges are shaping you, not breaking you. Faith that every step forward, no matter how small, is leading you closer to your highest self. Let me leave you with this question. What would your life look like if you fully believed in your own power? If you stopped doubting, stopped hesitating, and fully trusted that you are already exactly who you're meant to be? Sit with that, feel it. Because here's the truth. You don't have to wait to become that version of yourself. You already are. You just have to remember. Now that you understand why maintaining a high vibration feels difficult, energetic interference, emotional overwhelm, self-sabotage, and the challenges of alignment, it's time to go beyond maintaining it. It's time to master it. Because here's what most people don't realize. The struggle to maintain a high vibration isn't a permanent state. It's a phase. And when you stop seeing it as an enemy and start embracing it as a teacher, everything shifts. Mastering your vibration doesn't mean you'll never face challenges again. Life will always have ups and downs. But maintaining a high vibration isn't about avoiding the lows. It's about learning how to navigate them with grace, awareness, and resilience. It's about knowing that resistance isn't blocking you. It's guiding you. So the question is, are you ready to rise? Because everything you need is already within you. All that's left to do is trust the process and take the next step. The power of mastering your vibration. The real key to mastering your vibration is making it independent of external circumstances. Let me ask you this. What would your life look like if your joy, peace, and power weren't controlled by what happens around you, but came entirely from within? Because this is where the true power of a chosen one lies. When you master your vibration, you stop being reactive to the world. You stop letting circumstances dictate your energy. Instead, you become the creator within it. You become the calm in the storm, the light in the darkness, the presence that uplifts and inspires everyone around you. But how do you reach this level of mastery? Let's break it down. Step 1. Radical self-awareness. You can't master what you don't understand. Self-awareness is the foundation of vibrational mastery. It means becoming deeply aware of your triggers, your patterns, the things that pull you out of alignment. But it's not just about noticing them. It's about understanding them with compassion. When negativity arises, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Because here's the truth. Every trigger is an invitation to heal. Every setback is an opportunity to grow. Try this. The next time you feel your vibration drop, pause. Don't react. Just sit with the feeling and ask yourself, what part of me needs love right now? Instead of fighting discomfort, meet it with love. Because love is the highest vibration. And when you bring love to your shadows, you transform them into light. Step 2. Energetic discipline. Think of your vibration like a garden. If you don't tend to it daily, weeds will grow. To maintain a high vibration, you need consistent practices that nurture your energy. But this doesn't have to be complicated. Start your day with gratitude. Meditate for 10 minutes. Spend time in nature. The key is consistency. Small daily practices build a strong foundation, making your vibration harder to shake. Let me ask you, what daily rituals could you commit to that would support your vibration? And more importantly, are you willing to make yourself a priority? Because here's the thing, self-care isn't selfish. It's essential. You can't pour from an empty cup. And as a chosen one, your energy is your greatest asset. Step 3. Embracing neutrality. This might sound surprising, but one of the most powerful ways to maintain a high vibration is to stop chasing it. High vibration isn't about forcing yourself to feel good all the time or avoiding negative emotions. It's about balance. It's about finding a state of inner peace that isn't dependent on external highs or lows. I call this the art of neutrality. Neutrality doesn't mean you don't care. It doesn't mean you're indifferent. It means you're centered. When something bad happens, you don't spiral into negativity. When something good happens, you don't cling to it in fear of losing it. You stay grounded, knowing that everything is temporary, because your true power doesn't lie in controlling what happens. It lies in how you respond. Let me ask you, how often do you let external events dictate your inner state? And what would it feel like to stay centered, no matter what happens? Step 4. Connection to your purpose. A high vibration isn't just about feeling good. It's about living in alignment with your soul's mission. When you're deeply connected to your purpose, your vibration naturally rises. Why? Because you're living from a place of authenticity and meaning. But here's the catch. Your purpose isn't something you find. It's something you uncover within yourself. It's already there, waiting for you to align with it. So let me ask you, what lights you up? What makes you feel alive, inspired, and connected to something greater than yourself? When you follow those feelings, you're following the breadcrumbs of your purpose. And when you live from that place, your vibration becomes magnetic. Step 5. The power of surrender. This might be the hardest step, but it's also the most transformative. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of control. It means trusting the process, even when it doesn't make sense. It means knowing that the universe is always working in your favor, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Here's a truth that most people miss. The struggle to maintain a high vibration is often hardest right before a breakthrough. Why? Because the universe is testing you, not to punish you, but to prepare you. It's asking, can you hold the faith when things get tough? Can you trust yourself when the path is unclear? Let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you surrendered fully to the process? If you stopped resisting, stopped doubting, and trusted that everything is unfolding exactly as it should? Your journey isn't supposed to be easy, but it is meaningful. Every challenge you face is shaping you. Every struggle is teaching you how to hold your light, even in the darkest moments. And when you master this, you don't just maintain a high vibration. You become unshakable. You become a force of light in the world. A living example of what's possible when you align with your highest self. So the next time you find yourself struggling, remember this. The struggle isn't here to stop you. It's here to strengthen you. And every time you rise, you inspire others to do the same. That's the gift of being a chosen one. That's the power of your light. Now it's in your hands. Everything you've learned here means nothing unless you apply it. Own your power. Trust yourself. Lean into the process, even when it feels uncertain. Because the world doesn't just need more light, it needs your light. And you are ready.